Earth's Interstellar Diplomatic Authority had sent me as part of a small team to negotiate a rare mineral trade agreement. My role?
Simple.
Observe.
Take notes.
Keep my mouth shut. Humanity desperately needed Aravel's crystalline energy cores. Just one could power an entire city for a year. But the Aravelians were known to be proud, cautious, and intensely protective of their resources. The negotiations were to be held inside the Celestial Hall, a massive open structure carved from translucent diamond-like rock. Blue light shimmered through the arches. Every step echoed like a drop of water in a cathedral. That's when I saw her for the first time. Princess Eleria. Her skin shimmered like polished pearl, shifting color with her emotions. Her eyes glowed a deep violet, gentle yet commanding. Unlike the Aravelian guards around her, tall, rigid, expressionless, she moved with elegance, curiosity. She looked at us not as intruders, but as mysteries waiting to be understood. When our ambassador began speaking, she barely reacted. She kept glancing at me. At first, I pretended not to notice. I wasn't anyone special, just a junior researcher with a cheap uniform and a data pad that barely worked. Yet there was something in her gaze that sent heat to my face. Halfway through negotiations, disaster struck. A political faction within Aravel, the Purists, burst into the chamber, demanding humans be banned from their world permanently. They believed sharing their crystals would weaken their species. Chaos erupted. Before I even understood what I was doing, I dove to shield Princess Eleria as a shockwave cracked the crystalline floor. I felt searing pain on my arm, but I kept her covered as debris shattered around us. When the Purists were finally subdued, the princess touched my shoulder and whispered, "You risked your life for me, a stranger." "You're not a stranger," I muttered before I could stop myself. Her cheeks glowed a faint pink, a sign of surprise. That moment changed everything. The bond that should never have formed. The following days, negotiations were paused while security forces hunted down the Purists. Our team remained as guests, though we all knew the word meant we weren't allowed to leave. During that time, Princess Eleria visited me every day. Sometimes under the guise of diplomatic courtesy, other times with no excuse at all. We walked through the palace's floating gardens, levitating platforms adorned with luminous plants. She told me about her people's ancient belief. Every Aravelian had a soul frequency, a harmonic energy signature. If two beings' frequencies resonated, it meant a cosmic bond. Once, she stopped walking and stared at me with those violet eyes. "When you shielded me, your frequency touched mine. It resonated." "I don't have a frequency," I said, half laughing. "Every being does," she insisted. "Human or Aravelian. And yours feels familiar, as if it has echoed beside mine before." I didn't know what it meant. I didn't want to assume anything. But I knew how I felt when she looked at me, grounded, yet strangely free. As days passed, the political climate worsened. The Purists grew bolder. The High Council blamed Earth for destabilizing their already fragile unity. Some demanded humans be exiled. Others wanted harsher consequences. One evening, our ambassador delivered the crushing news. Earth is preparing to withdraw from the treaty. It's too dangerous. We return home tomorrow. My chest sank. I would never see Eleria again. That night, she asked to meet me at the Sky Terrace, a crystal balcony overlooking Aravel's glowing twin moons. The air smelled of sweet luminescent flowers. "You're leaving," she said softly. "I don't want to," I admitted. "But I can't stay. Your counsel is short-sighted," she said bitterly. Silence hung between us, heavy and painful. Then she turned toward me and said the last thing I expected. "What would you do if I asked you to stay?" I stepped closer, heart pounding. I'd say yes. We were inches apart now. Her skin glowed softly, shifting to a hue I had never seen before, deep rose gold, warm and alluring. "What about your world?" she whispered. "I've never felt more connected to any world than when I'm with you." Her breath trembled. I didn't mean to say what came next. It spilled out like a confession the universe had been waiting for. "Elleria, if staying meant becoming part of your life, even as impossible as that is, I'd marry you." The instant the words escaped, I regretted them. I had just proposed to an alien princess. To her face. A sentence punishable by exile. Maybe even war. But instead of recoiling, she froze. Then her cheeks lit up with brilliant lavender flames. "Humans propose strangely," she murmured. I wasn't, you don't have to, I mean." She leaned in so close I could feel the warmth radiating from her skin. "I accept." My heart stopped.
What?
"I accept your proposal. Elleria, this isn't just between us. You're heir to the throne. Your council, your people." "I do not care," she said firmly. "I decide my own bond." Before I could react, alarms erupted across the palace. Guards surrounded us instantly. The purists had attacked again. Except this time, they weren't trying to scare us. They were trying to eliminate me. The escalation, love on the edge of war. I was dragged from the sky terrace by armed purists. They bound my wrists and marched me through a shattered hallway. In the chaos, no one noticed I had been taken, not even our ambassador. Their leader, a tall Aravellian with obsidian black skin, sneered at me. "You have poisoned our princess," he spat. "Humans are parasites. She will soon see reason once you are gone." I was shoved into a hovercraft transport. The engines roared as we ascended into the night sky. But Princess Elleria was not one to sit quietly. Seconds later, streaks of blue energy cut through the darkness. Her royal guards descended like lightning, disabling the purest craft with precision. The explosion sent it spinning, and I felt myself weightless, falling, until warm hands caught me. Elleria hovered above the palace on an anti-grav platform, holding me like I weighed nothing. "You're safe," she whispered. I stared at her, breathless. "You came for me. I will always come for you." Her words hit harder than the fall. But the chaos didn't stop. The High Council demanded answers. Why had the princess risked her life for a human? Why had she broken protocol? And worst of all, word of our engagement had already spread. A human proposing to the princess was a diplomatic scandal. Some saw it as treason. Others saw it as prophecy. The resonance of frequencies was something sacred in Aravellian lore. The palace erupted into debate. Finally, the council declared, the human must leave Aravel at dawn. Princess Elleria is forbidden from further contact. Her face paled.
No.
I refuse. But Aravellian law was absolute. Breaking it meant exile, or worse, civil war. She was forced to escort me to the human shuttle bay for departure. Our final walk felt like a funeral march. Ending, the decision that changed two worlds. We reached the shuttle ramp long before dawn. The air was cold, still, heavy with the unspoken. "This isn't fair," I whispered. "Fairness is for mortals. We are bound by destinies greater than ourselves," she said softly. "But I will not forget you." I took her hands, feeling the warmth fully for the first time. "Elleria, if this bond between us is real, if our frequencies truly resonate, maybe the universe will give us another chance." Tears shimmered in her violet eyes. "Perhaps," she whispered, "but I cannot let you return alone." My heart thudded. "What do you mean?" She stepped back, lifted her chin, and pressed two fingers to her chest, a royal oath. Princess Elleria of Aravel, renounce my claim to the throne. My breath caught. Elaria, no. She smiled softly. Now I am just Elaria, a free citizen. No laws bind me. Footsteps thundered behind us. The High Council had arrived. Elaria, one of the elders roared. What have you done? What my heart demanded, she replied. This is treason, another hissed. No, she said calmly. This is freedom. Before they could restrain her, she turned to me. Take me with you. The council screamed orders. Guards surged forward, but we were already running up the ramp of the shuttle. Blaster fire echoed as the engines roared to life. The ship lifted. Shots struck the hull, but we kept rising, higher, faster, until the palace shrank into a glimmering point of light. Inside the cabin, breathless and trembling, Elaria turned to me. You proposed, she said with a gentle smile. I accepted. I hope you meant it. I cupped her face with trembling hands. I meant every word. The stars stretched across the viewport like silver rivers as Earth's shuttle carried us home. For the first time since arriving on Aravel, the weight in my chest lifted. Whatever waited for us, Earth shock, political fallout, cultural uproar, we would face it together. Elaria leaned her head on my shoulder, her skin glowing with the soft golden hue of contentment. Your world will not accept me easily, she murmured. Then we'll teach them, I said. And your people? Will they accept your bond with an alien princess? I smiled. They'll have to, because I'm never letting you go. The shuttle engines purred like a lullaby, carrying us through the cosmic dark. Two beings from different worlds, bound by something neither science nor diplomacy could explain. A resonance, a harmony, a love strong enough to defy galaxies. And so our story didn't end with a proposal. It truly began with her answer.